So as you can see, today's video is a little bit of a different format because it's Median Day and I'd like it to be a little more casual. Perhaps you can get to know me a little bit more. Um, Sorry about the bulky microphone, but I just figured I'd use the full-blown Yeti microphone as opposed to lapel microphone just to make sure the audio quality is good. So just pardon the ginormous thing on my lap. The setup is not the best. Trying to balance the camera on top of the laptop because I want to read my notes, but just bear with me. So let's just take a look at the notes here. I might be rambling a little bit. I'm not usually a rambler, but perhaps you'd like to hear a little bit more about me, so just pardon the rambling. And I'm not rehearsed at all, so just bear with me. Maybe we'll start with basics. I haven't introduced myself yet in these videos, so my name is Rawan. That's R-A-W-A-N. I live in Canada, particularly in Eastern Ontario, in a very rural small town. This is why you see in the videos a lot of trees and open spaces. There's a lot of farmland around here too, so every now and then I'll take videos of cows and all sorts of different farm animals as well. What else? My last job was a corporate one. I resigned from that job when I was pregnant in my second trimester. And since then, I haven't gone back to work. I'm taking care of my now toddler. It's more than a full-time job, especially since we don't have childcare to support us. And I'm filming this right now during his nap time, so that's the only time I can do this. A little bit of high level on my priorities since we're talking about mid-year goal reviews. My top priorities personally are first and foremost faith, and then comes family. Of course, health is very important, and finances, and finally work, which this kind of lives in that realm. I'm brand new to this, so there's a lot that I'm learning with the ins and outs. So I hope you're going to be able to see the evolution in this journey, how we're improving with editing, with content, and so on. So stick with us in this journey and we'll get to learn the approach together. What else? Let's see here. I wanted to talk about why these priorities are so important to me, and I think it's going to be very common with most people. More or less, faith and family are pretty clear for those that prioritize these things. Health is really critical. Health has been super important and on the forefront of my life. I would say more recently, in terms of the last couple of years. I'm currently 37 years old, and way back when, in my 20s, let's say, it's not that I didn't prioritize health, but I didn't really give it too much importance in terms of eating healthily and exercising and all of that. I'm never a gym rat. I used to eat very little, but when I did eat, I'd eat stuff that's not super great for me. But lately, I've been really prioritizing health to make sure that I'm in my best shape health-wise, not in terms of like diet and weight and all of that. I don't care about that. Because I'm responsible for a kid now, I need to make sure that I'm there for him, taking care of him, hence taking care of myself first. You know the old saying, put on your oxygen mask first and then take care of others. And I think when you look at anybody externally, you might say, oh, wow, they're living a great life. But nobody has the full pie, Everybody has a slice or two that are taken away. Nobody's life is perfect. So never look at somebody else's life and think, wow, I'd like to live their life. because there's always something missing there. You might have a great job, a great home, a great family, but then you might not have your health there, versus somebody else who has great health, but then doesn't have a family, for example, or loved ones. So never look at somebody externally and think they have a great life. You need to be content and satisfied with what you have, and always strive to do better for yourself. And that's why I always focus the content in these videos on focus on yourself, improve yourself, never compare. The grass is not always greener on the other side. With family, I mean, the goals that I have for this year are pretty kid-centric in terms of improving my kid's life, developing tools that can help him learn and develop and grow, activities that enrich his life in some way in terms of spending time outside and learning new skills and exploring. So I mean, they're pretty boring if you try to dive deep into the details, and that's why it's important to look at the priorities first as headliners, and then the details of the goals themselves are very personal to each person, so you need to develop them for yourself. And this is why in the tool that I use, and if you're not sure what tool I'm referring to, I'll link the video below and you can refer to that, and in there's a link for you to download the template for free. So if you haven't seen that goal video, you can go ahead and click on the video link and you can download the template link to use for yourself. And that's why I've focused on listing these categories as top level priorities, because it really organizes our thoughts on looking at the priorities and then detailing the goals within them. And they're only going to make sense to you, and they might not make sense to other people. Oh, I talk a lot about personality styles in videos. If you're curious about my personality style, there's a video where I mention my styles, whether it's the MBTI or DISC. I'll link that video, and then you can fast forward or increase the playback speed to try to pick up what my personality style is. So take a look at that. But I'm sure if you've watched any videos or even today's video, you might get a hint or two about what personality style I have. Definitely an introvert. And those of you who are watching who know me will know that for sure. Something that's currently occupying some of my time, other than filming these videos and editing and coming up with the content, is I'm writing a book. I've written a bunch of drafts in the years past, but this is something I want to really work on. And it's all based on the sort of content that you're seeing in these videos. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it real soon. I'll keep you posted for sure. And it's most likely going to be a digital book, so it'll be easy to access, and I'll let you know the platforms where it's available and so on. I'm interested to learn more about the audience, though. If there's any material you'd like to go through, if you want to chat one-on-one, or if you'd like to have calls one-on-one to bounce some ideas off of each other, or if you have any suggestions, feel free to comment in videos, or you can reach me on the email address that's available on the channel profile page. So if you're not sure, again, you can comment and I can show you exactly where that is to email me. But hopefully that gives a little bit more insight on who I am, the content that's coming up perhaps. We'll do a little bit more of this format maybe towards the end of the year. But let me know if you like the sort of format that's a little bit less rehearsed and more informal. Let me know and we'll do more of that. And yeah, whoever's watching, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying your summer.
And, stay tuned and reach out if you'd like to talk about anything. And I'll see you in the next one.